Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you are joining me for today's video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Madison. I'm an Instagram creator, blogger, and also a high school fashion design teacher. And here on YouTube, I film sewing videos and tutorials. You can learn more about me on my blog and Vintage or by following along with my style adventures over on Instagram at Miss Madison Lynn. Today's video is a little different than normal because it's not a sewing tutorial. Today's video is a thrift haul. And not just any thrift haul, it is a fabric thrift haul. And what I mean by fabric, I mean sheets and tablecloths and curtains and all of that goodness that you can use to create projects, and I'm so excited about all of these things. Alright, so thrift hauls are one of my favorite videos to watch because I always love to see what other people find at thrift stores. A little bit of background on me. I love thrifting so much. I'm so spoiled by any type of thrift store and Goodwill that literally when I go to a normal store and look at prices, I can't even physically allow myself to pay that much. And sometimes I just know that I could make it cheaper. But anyways, I love to thrift. I think my whole reason for loving thrifting clothes especially so much is that I feel like you never know what you're gonna find. It's like a treasure hunt, and I am someone who, one, loves vintage, two, usually likes the ugly grandma things or just like the weird unique things that you find at thrift stores. And so it's just always an adventure to me, and I feel like the things that you find always have a story behind them, and you never know what it is, so it's like a mystery, and it's just so much fun. Probably about 95% of my wardrobe is thrifted. People always ask me where I get the things that I wear, and I always have to just tell them I got it at Goodwill or thrift store, so I can't even actually tell you where it's from. But one of my other favorite things to thrift is pieces that I can either recycle and redesign, whether it's clothes that I can kind of thrift flip, or if it is pieces that I can use the fabric from that for another project. And so I love doing that because, one, you save a lot of money, two, it's really ethical because you're bringing new life to something and you're not going to the store and buying fabric that you're using to make something. And I'm always kind of trying to think a little bit more in regards to ethical fashion. And you always just find really unique prints, especially for me because my sewing design passion of projects ranges from historical reproductions, 1700s and 1800s clothing, to modern day clothes. So you have two complete polar opposites, and so I'm always looking for any type of fabric that fits either one of those two realms, and I know I can always find them, whether it is vintage sheets or curtains that I can use for a historical reproduction, and everything like that. So today I got all these bags of fabric. Now if you look at the date, if you're watching this in the future and it's 2021 or 2022 or whenever you might be watching this, you might know about what's going on in the world right now, because we are kind of in the middle of a pandemic. It's not as bad anymore, but 6 weeks ago it was really bad, where we couldn't leave our houses and most of the stores were closed, including thrift stores. And so I was having a ton of withdrawals because I honestly would go to Goodwill every week or every other week, or multiple different thrift stores all the time. So the first week that all the thrift stores opened back up, I literally was at them buying things, specifically buying fabric for projects, because in quarantine, stuck at home, I found all these awesome YouTubers and YouTube videos, and I was just so inspired. I was oh my gosh, I have to go out and get sheets and curtains to make things. And so I didn't realize how much stuff I found at the thrift stores until I started bringing it all out for this video, and there's literally so much. So let's get started. Okay, so whenever I go thrifting, honestly, I don't even have a specific game plan. I know some people, when they go thrifting, they go knowing what they want to get, and I feel that just makes you very tunnel visioned. And anytime I go to the thrift store with an idea of what I want to find, I usually don't find it, except for those random occurrences where I'm I wonder if they're gonna have this, and they magically have it, but that usually doesn't happen. So usually I go into thrift stores not really with a plan and just kind of see what I find. And so that was the case for this, and I found a lot of really cool stuff, things that either fit a vision for a project that I want to make in the future, or things that kind of gave me an idea for a project that I want to make once I saw the fabric. So we're just gonna dive right in. The first day that I finally got to go to the thrift stores and buy things, specifically fabric. I found these curtains. So they're like this pink fuchsia taffeta stuff. Focus back on me. Okay, so there's 2 of these, and I saw this and I immediately thought, oh my gosh, like a fun like party dress, not even really frilly, but just like baby doll style, kind of like short party dress. So anyways, those are going to be made into a project at some point, and I will definitely film a video for that. And then next to them I found basically the exact same shade of pink in a sheet, so this is going to be used for the lining. So those are something that I found. This sheet was $1.99, and the curtains, I think they were $1.99, and I bought them together. So what's that, like $5 that you spent on fabric, and it's awesome. All right, next up in this haul are 2 sheets that I bought together specifically because I'm going to use them in the same project. So one is this kind of polyester blend, kind of sky blue sheet, and the other one is kind of this light blue sheet that is striped, but the stripes are like, let's see if we can focus, kind of a textured, the stripes are kind of like a textured, which I like because I really want to remake a dress in the TV series from the BBC TV series Poldark. So one of the characters, her name is Elizabeth. The TV series is set in like the late 1780s, and it goes into the 1790s, and the 1790s is a really unique time in history because not a lot of shows are based in the 1790s, and they have a distinctly different style than all of the rest of the 1700s dresses do. And she has this one specific blue dress that has stripes, and it has this light blue underskirt that's like a different shade of blue, and so these are so perfect for that, and I hopefully should have enough fabric. So when I saw these, I knew exactly what I wanted to make them for, so I got really lucky finding 2 sheets that are perfect for that project. Alright, next up are just some random plain solid color sheets that I got mainly to use as muslin. So sometimes before I start making a project, I will make a muslin mock-up just to work out any of the kinks, especially if I'm drafting my own pattern. So this is just a tan sheet I could use for that, or I might use it for something else in the future, who knows. It was $1.99, so you can't buy this much fabric for $1.99 that's this great of quality. This is another one that I might use as a muslin, but I also really just like the colors, so I might use it for a dress later on in the future. And then this one was just a white sheet, and it's kind of a polyester cotton blend, so I figured this would work really well as a lining because I line a lot of my dresses. So I got this one, and again, $1.99, so that's great. Okay, next up is this curtain. Okay, so I saw this curtain at Goodwill. It's definitely like very much like upholstery type fabric. You're looking at this and you're probably thinking, please don't make a modern dress out of that. That's so out of style. Don't worry, it's not going to be a modern dress. I thought this would work really well as some type of like 1700s dress. I don't know, maybe 1800s, but there's a lot of fabric here, and the print is definitely more of a historical with the floral. And because it is a curtain, it also has this great lining, kind of a white canvas, so you have great lining fabric there, either for the project I make this dress out of or for something else in the future. So that is awesome. You can do a lot when it comes to upholstery type fabric or curtains, especially if you like sewing historical things. Curtains are really great because they have unique prints that fit very well with historical time periods. That's the word I'm looking for. Alright, next up is this bag from my favorite thrift store to buy sheets and curtains from. It's called Family Thrift Store, and every time I go there, I always find the best curtains and tablecloths for projects. They literally have 2 whole aisles of just sheets and tablecloths and curtains, and it's awesome. Okay, so first up, this one is actually a shower curtain. You can also use shower curtains for fabric. So I saw this and I really loved it because it was yellow, and it also is kind of sheer, and it has this textured check. So immediately when I saw this, it reminded me of a brand that's called Dear Sister Jane. They have the prettiest and cutest and classic dresses that are like simple but also a statement because they have all these unique details. And there's 2 wrap dresses they have that are kind of a texture check, and this reminded me so much of that, so I got it, and I'm hoping there's enough fabric for me to kind of remake one of those dresses, so I'm really excited about it. Plus yellow is like one of my favorite colors to sew with and create and wear, so I'm really excited about that. All right, next up is a sheet and pillowcase set. So sometimes you can buy like your sheets and pillowcases together at the thrift store, which works great because I usually use the pillowcases for bodices because it's the perfect amount of fabric, and then I use the sheet for the skirt and everything else. So this was $2.99 for a lot of fabric, and it's this fun kind of like, let's see if we can focus. There we go. Light pink with little pink roses. So I really don't know necessarily what I'm going to create with this, but I'm thinking some type of dress. I might even try one of those like prairie dress styles. Those are super in right now. It's kind of like a unique style, not everyone wears it, but it's something that's out there, and so this might work really well for that. And so I just thought it was pretty, and it's pink, so why not? All right, next up, just another white sheet to use for muslin mock-ups, because then I won't feel bad about like using fabric that, you know, I spent like $4 a yard on. This one was probably like $2, and I don't mind cutting it up. Next up, I was so excited about these curtains because they're this fun sheer color, and it's white with pink polka dots, and they had like 4 of them. I think I bought all 4. They came in like sets of 2, and as soon as I saw this, I thought just like this twirly party dress. We'll see what happens with it. So that's kind of my idea for that right now. It also has all of these pink ribbons on it, so there's so much you can do with these pink ribbons in addition to all of the yardage with this. So definitely have a lot of ideas in my head for that. So that's one thing I will say. Sometimes when I go to the thrift store looking for fabric, I go in knowing what I want to buy or to find, but sometimes I see something and I immediately get an idea. So I think that's why some designers design something and then go buy fabric for it. Some designers go out and they find the fabric and they let the fabric speak to them and give them the idea for their design. And that's something that I've kind of really been realizing recently, is that I will look at fabric and I will get a design for it, and it kind of gives me a lot more inspiration than pulling out of thin air. So those are all the curtains that I got for that, and I think they were $9.59 each, but they came in sets of 2. So these were definitely a little bit more expensive, and this thrift store I definitely spend a little bit more on curtains and sheets than I do at Goodwill. But again, if I went to the fabric store and tried to buy this type of fabric for as much as I wanted, I would spend like triple this. So you save a lot of money. All right, next up is this sheet set. It's a fitted sheet and a flat sheet. This is obviously a vintage pattern. I got these together. I think I paid like $3 for them. And the pattern's really interesting because it's these little yellow roses that go like diagonally. So I honestly don't know what I'm going to create with it, but I always buy vintage sheets when I see them. This fabric really reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, so maybe I'll like make that my inspiration. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Alright, next up, another shower curtain. I've realized recently that shower curtains honestly are really great fabric too, and sometimes I don't realize they're shower curtains until I bring them home and start looking at them and realize they have like all the hooks for, you know, shower curtains. So this was $5.45, and I got it because I loved the print. It's one of those like very kind of classic southern prints, and when I first saw this, I was kind of thinking an Anthropologie or kind of Free People inspired midi dress or something, but it also would work really well as like a historical 1700s garment. So that's going to be a battle trying to decide what I want to use this fabric for, if I want it to be historical or modern. But it's a really cool fabric. It's kind of in between your regular cotton weight and your canvas, so it has a lot of body to it and it won't wrinkle crazily, and it will also just be a really great quality for whatever I use it for. So it would definitely work really well for historical, but again, it would also work really well for something really cool and classic but also modern at the same time. Okay, next up are these green curtains. They're kind of like sheer-ish, but like not. And they also have like a pattern sheen to them. So I saw these and I picked them up because I loved the color. So again, there's another historical dress I want to make, actually from the same TV show, from Poldark. It's a 1790s dress, and one of the characters, the lead character, her name's Demelza. She also has red hair. They put her in green all the time because she looks good in green. I have red hair, so I thought, why not make one of her dresses? And this green reminded me of something that she would wear, and so I'm thinking I might either make one of her ball gowns or one of her day dresses. So I got these two curtains, and we'll see what happens with those. All right, that's a lot, but we're not done yet. Okay, next up are these curtains. These curtains are like a Martha Stewart's line. Sometimes I look at the brands to see what they are, and sometimes I don't. These are from Goodwill, so I probably paid like $3 or $4 for them. And it's only one curtain, which is fine. So it's 100% cotton, but it looks like linen. So that's one thing I like about using curtains, is that they're probably not going to actually be linen, but they're made to look like linen. So you can make something really cool with them. So this is a nice tan khaki color, and when I saw these, I immediately thought wide leg trousers. So that's kind of what I'm going with. So we'll see what ends up happening. I might kind of make like a set with like a blouse and trousers to go with it, and they're great quality for pants, so that's why I got this. All right, next up is this sheet. It is a green and white striped fitted sheet, and to be honest, when I was in the store, I really thought that this came with a flat sheet also, and then I got home and I realized it's only a fitted sheet. So I don't know if that really was all that it was, or if somehow the other sheet dropped off, because I originally got this, when I saw it, it reminded me of 1912 Titanic. I don't know why, but in the 1912s, women wore a lot of day dresses that had stripes, or like the blouse slash jacket of their dress was always a lot of times stripes. And so when I saw this, that's kind of what I thought of, and there probably won't be enough to make an entire outfit since it's only one sheet. So we'll see what ends up happening in the future, but that's kind of where I was leaning towards this. But I honestly just love stripes, so I buy them all the time. Okay, the next couple pieces aren't actually fabric. They're pieces that I got, clothing pieces that I got to redesign, either to cut them up because they are a large enough size and I can use the fabric for it, or to kind of change it to be something else. I really have not done a lot of thrift flips ever. Usually just do recycle and redesigns, so I'm really excited about what these pieces can become. So the first one up is a men's dress shirt. I have seen people all the time make the coolest things out of men's dress shirts, and I don't know why I have never done it. So I found this one, which I love because it's blue and white, and it's this fun gingham print, and it's obviously an XXL, so I get a lot of fabric to work with there. So I'm thinking about some type of fun blouse to make with this, so we'll see what that turns into. Next up are one of those just quintessentially ugly, large 1990s dresses. But the great thing about them is that they have a lot of fabric and you can use them for great thrift flips. So this is a very long, really not cute and flattering dress, but it has a lot of great details. It has buttons that you can use, and it also has this tie front. So I'm thinking of turning this into a jumpsuit with like a tie in the back, because there's enough fabric to make some pants, and you also have the nice button detail. So we'll see what that turns into, but I'm excited about the possibilities. All right, next up is this fun dress. Honestly, I got this because I want to turn it into a 1920s flapper dress, because I've always wanted one of those, and I want to throw like a 20s, you know, like New Year party, and I need a dress for it. So I found this, and honestly I bought it because on a Makara Tours YouTube channel, she had like a Christmas slash New Year's video, and she basically had a dress exactly like this, and she remade it into a 1920s flapper dress, and I thought that was the greatest idea. And so I was really excited when I saw this at Goodwill, because I'm going to be inspired by her project. All right, last up is this super awesome skirt that I found. It is a black fabric with kind of these cool gold like painted details. I love the bottom of this because it has all these cool like layers. That's not even one piece, it's all these pieces sewn together, but I love the orange and the pink and the navy stripes. And then it has this cool gold detail. And I also love the ties that have little pom-poms. So this dress is an X large, which means I have a lot of fabric to work with. It's also a gored skirt, which gored skirt basically means there's all of these panels that are sewn together. So it's sewn together to be more fitted at the top, and then it flares out at the bottom. So I'm thinking of turning this skirt into a midi dress by cutting part of it off and making a bodice, and the rest of it will continue to be the skirt. And it's going to be really cool. And this also kind of reminds me once again of something like Anthropologie. So it will be a very Anthropologie slash Free People inspired dress. We interrupt our regularly planned programming to say that I went thrifting again, and I'm including it in this video. I was not planning on doing this, but I went thrifting again and I got a lot of stuff, and the reason why I'm including it in this thrift haul video was because I was actually planning on filming a come thrifting with me video on that thrift trip, and sadly I left my camera trip at home, which meant that I was not able to film, and I was so sad and devastated because literally this thrift store is so amazing and there's always so much to find, and I found some really awesome things. So I decided that to make sure that you guys didn't miss out on the awesome things that I found, I would just include it in this video, which means that it's like a thrift haul within a thrift haul. So like it's 2 for the price of 1, except you're not paying for this anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I got at this thrift store. It's a lot of fun stuff for projects, so let's get started. Alright guys, so like I said, this is now a thrift haul within a thrift haul. I don't know what that move was. I don't do all those cool fancy moves. I was just like random awkward movements. Anyways, I went to the thrift store again and I got some really cool things for projects, and because I wasn't able to film a come thrifting with me video for that, I decided that I would just include it in this thrift video, this thrift haul, since I hadn't finished editing it yet. So let's dive into what I got. It's a lot of things for projects. So first up, one normal thing things that I got is this adorable yellow and white giant gingham. I think it's also called like buffalo plaid print, but really this one's just giant gingham checked. Anyways, this adorable summer shirt. It looks like it's linen, but it's really not. It's a cotton, and I absolutely love it. Super, super cute. This is from the Time and True brand. That's from Walmart. So at the thrift store, I paid like $2 something for it. So I was really excited about this. The only other normal thing that I got that I'm not turning into a project is this striped button up. This is a women's shirt, and it's the brand Uniqlo, U-N-I-Q-L-O. I have always thought this brand was really, really cool. I don't own a lot of their things, but I've come across them at thrift stores, and they're kind of very modern, and then also like kind of like classic trendy-ish streetwear in a way. So this is kind of an oversized button-up that has like slits on the side and a longer back, and I got this because I thought it'd be really cute to wear with like jeans. Not that I wear jeans a lot, but like wide-legged jeans or skinny jeans, and it would be kind of a fun like streetwear look, because I'm kind of really into that recently, is like the whole like oversized shirts and sweaters with like a really cute pair of trainers and jeans. I really, really like that. I probably like it because of like all of the K-dramas that I watch, and that's like their style, and I just think it's so interesting and so unique. So that's why I got this. But then basically everything else I got is for projects, so I'm gonna cut up and redesign it into different things. So one of those is a project where I'm using a ton of guys button-up dress shirts. So I have a really cool project planned for these. There is a French designer that I found on Instagram. I actually heard about it through like another fashion designer and seamstress sewer in New York, and honestly right now I can't think of the name. Let's look up the name so I can actually tell you why I got these shirts and why the project is going to be awesome. So it's French, so I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's 7 Doors Sorcept, but I can't, you know, say pronounce French, so it's like probably 7 Hars Jours, anyways, 7, then Jours SURSEPT, and it's basically an upcycling brand. So they take things and then they turn them into something new and upcycle them, and their designs are so cool and innovative. And they have these shirts and these dresses that are basically made up of men's shirts that are then cut up and then like repatched together to create a really cool design. And so I thought it'd be really fun to attempt one of those designs, and it's just such a great way of recycling and redesigning, but also reusing things, being ethical and all of that good stuff. So I got a lot of men's shirts, and I got them all in the shade of blue because that is what the original design had, and blue is just a really pretty color. So there's this striped one, then this striped one which has like different shades of blue, and then this one was just kind of like a really tiny like checked, and it's also like Peter Millar. I don't know what that brand is, but anyways, it's a nice shirt. So all of these shirts range from being $3.35 to like $5.45. This thrift store has like weird pricing when it comes to cents, but you can get good brands there and good prices, and it's usually like cheaper than Goodwill, because Goodwill is like standard for everything. Like all dresses are $10, and some of them like they're not worth $10. And then this is another one. This is more of like a gingham print, and then this is another stripe. So I'm definitely playing with some different prints, some stripes and checks to mix it up, and I'm really excited about what this project is going to be, and I'm definitely planning to film a video for this. The other one is this swimsuit, which obviously doesn't fit me and is also not my style, but I got this swimsuit because I have been wanting to do a swimsuit like redesign challenge type thing, where I take a swimsuit, cut it up, and then make another swimsuit. So I got this one because one, it's a larger size, so I have a lot of fabric to work with, and it also has like a skirt on it, which equals more fabric. It has like these ruching, and then it also has these really cool like mesh straps. So I'm going to be turning this into another swimsuit. The print's really cool too because it's a very like tropical print, but it's almost like, I don't know, like sketched or painted in a way, so it's kind of a really cool print. Okay, basically everything else is for historical sewing projects. So we got this red tablecloth right here, which kind of looks like it's a linen, but it's really a cotton, and it's a dark red. And the reason why we got this is because we also got this circular tablecloth. I think this is like a Martha Stewart brand one, and it's kind of canvasy, but I don't think it's cotton. I think it's like a polyester canvas. Anyways, I got it because of the print. The print is very historical, specifically 1700s, and I thought this would be perfect to make a 1700s top. Therefore, a 1700s dress to go with it. Boom. Super excited about this. Honestly, this outfit is going to be like really cool, and the red is just super gorgeous for the time period. And the last thing that I got are these two ginormous circular tablecloths. I don't think I've ever found a circular tablecloth that is this like wide and long, but this is the one that we got. Like they're literally huge. So the great thing about circular tablecloths, you can use it to make skirts, because all you have to do is cut a hole in the middle, add a waistband, and boom, you have a skirt. And because these are so huge, we are going to use one of them to make a skirt for 1850s/60s, basically Civil War era, and it's big enough to go over a hoop skirt. And then the other one will be used to make the top or the jacket to accompany it. Plus this is really pretty like golden mustardy color, which I just really am a fan of this color in general, and I think it would be really great for the time period. I might even combine it with a plaid. But anyways, that's what I end up getting at the thrift store for the thrift haul and this thrift haul. So like I said, a lot of the things that I got are for future redesign projects. So like I bought a lot, but it's not even really going into my closet yet because they are being made to used to make in other projects. So anyways, yeah. So that is the end of the thrift haul and the thrift haul, and also the end of this thrift haul video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was actually my second thrift haul because I did a thrift haul way long time ago in college, but this one is way more cool because it's way better things. And it's also fun projects to look forward to in the future, which I'm definitely wanting to film videos for. Who knows how long it will take me to create and make all of these projects and film the videos, because there are so many projects. I think there's over like 15 at this point now. But anyways, I really wanted to show this to you guys to just broaden your horizons and your thought process when it comes to thrifting, that thrifting isn't just about finding clothes. If you are someone who is a seamstress or an aspiring seamstress or wanting to learn how to sew, thrifting is also about looking at things and then reimagining them, finding something that you can make into something else, and just really about creative license per se, and you know, finding and shopping for things that can be used for fabrics. So I wanted to share all of that and also kind of give you a glimpse at my thought process when it comes to these recycle and redesign projects, and also my thought process behind thrifting. One of these days I will definitely film my come and thrifting with me video, so you guys can come along with me to a thrift store, which will be a ton of fun. But for now, looking forward to all of these projects. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any new videos, projects, or tutorials in the future, especially if you want to see what all of these get turned into. And then if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and yeah, that's basically it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video today. It was super fun to film. Drop me a comment and let me know which of these projects out of all these things that I thrifted you are looking forward to the most, or if you have an idea for what I can turn any of these things that I thrifted into, definitely let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts about it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos, projects, or tutorials in the future, especially if you want to see what all of these things get turned into in the coming months or year or years. Anyways, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.